Yep, that's me. And you're probably wondering how I got myself in this situation. Just a few months ago, I had a major realization that I just wasn't living up to my potential. Now, I was not totally down bad. Like, I was in decent shape, I've got a solid job, I was living an average life. The problem is, I don't want to be fucking average. And you may be in a similar spot where you're saying the same thing. And over the past few months, I've gotten so much more locked in. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm making great progress in my online business, becoming my best self, and starting to get way closer to my potential. So with this video, I want to give you the steps that I have taken to reinvent myself and start to become that best version of myself that I know I can be and that I'm continuing to be, because I'm by no means where I want to be just yet. I still have a long ways to go, but this is the plan that I've used and I'm still using to this day to reach my potential. But before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by OnlyFans. I'm just kidding, bro. There's no sponsor in this video. So step number one, okay, is what I call lifestyle design. A very key concept I want you to understand is that where you're at right now is not where you have to stay. You see, so many people have this belief that, oh, this is just who I am. You know, I'm just not a confident guy. I'm just not very successful. You know, I'm just average. And we think that, oh, you know, all you need to do in life is just be yourself, right? And people will love you for who you are, and just be happy with who you are. The problem is that who we are right now, right, is a combination of a lot of bad shit from our environment that got us to where we are from our past, right? Maybe the reason why you're not very confident is because, you know, your parents didn't really believe in you. You had some teachers who told you that you couldn't do something. Maybe the reason why you struggle with women is because you've been rejected a lot in the past. So I believe just saying, oh, this is who I am and I just need to be myself, that's not really a productive mindset, right? Because if you just keep doing the same things you're doing, then you're just going to keep being in the same spot that you're at right now. So you have to realize that you have the power to reinvent yourself, to create the person that you want to be, that best version of yourself, and take steps to doing that. So what this looks like, right, is figuring out what exact type of person do you want to be. Like literally right after this video, get out a piece of paper, write it down. What is my ideal life? How do I feel when I wake up first thing in the morning? What does my body look like? Where do I live? Do I have a girlfriend? What does she look like? Like literally write it down in over obsessive detail. What would my best life look like? Because if all you say is just, oh yeah, I want to improve. I want to get in better shape. I want to be more confident. Like that's not enough. What's going to motivate you is when you have that exact picture of who you want to be and you take steps toward it. And for me, that dream life vision looks like I want to be jacked. I want to be in great shape. I want to have a six-pack. I want to be living in a foreign country, living on an island, riding around on a motorbike, creating content online, having an online business where I have freedom to live my life however I want. That's what I am working towards. And for you, it might not be different. You might have a completely different life vision. Maybe you want to be a pro athlete. You want to get that dream job. You want to get into a dream school. But whatever it is, you have to have a clear picture of what that dream vision is and write that down on paper. And then after you do that, after you got the dream vision, you got to write down what I call the anti-dream vision. This is what happens if I don't take the action. This is what my life will look like in 6 months if I just stay the same, right? For me, that's waking up and going to a job that I don't really like. That's being in good shape, but not exceptional shape, like having an average physique. That's, you know, having a decent social life, but not traveling, not living my dreams. And when you understand where you want to be and what happens when you don't get there, you figure out the steps you have to take to get to where you want to be and what you have to avoid to not be in that anti-dream vision. So you got to write those down, do it after this video, okay? And don't fucking skip it, okay? The only thing that's going to actually help you out is taking action. So make sure you do that after this video. Now, step number 2, okay? Once you understand the person you want to be, you have to build a game plan. And the reason why I say this is because having a dream without a clear plan to get there, you're just daydreaming at that point. Like, you're not going to reach your goals. You're not going to get to where you want to be unless you actually have a game plan to get there. Now, what exactly do I mean by building a game plan? Well, you got to figure out the most important high leverage actions you can take every single day to get to where you want to be. So let's say you want to get in shape. Okay, if I want to get in shape, what do I have to do every single day for the next 6 months to be in the best shape of my life? I got to go to sleep on time. I got to wake up at a consistent time. I got to get up and get some sunlight first thing in the morning. I got to go get 10K steps in throughout the day. I got to go train and hit the gym 5 times a week. I got to train hard. I got to push myself. I got to eat under 3,000 calories, right? You got to figure out exactly what steps you have to take to get there. If I want to build an online business, I have to create content every single day. I have to outreach to potential clients. I have to work on taking the steps to build my business. If I want to improve my mental health, I have to journal. I have to meditate. I have to think of reasons why I'm grateful. So figure out what your main goal is and build a few steps you can take every single day to start to get closer to that vision. And if you have no idea where to start, you're like, dude, I just don't know where to begin with my self-improvement. The number one thing I would want you to take away from this video is dial in a morning routine, okay? And the reason why morning routine is so important, because right now you might be saying, oh yeah, morning routine, bro, oh, it's just a scam. It's really not a fucking scam, okay? I was watching a podcast. I'm a huge football fan, so I was watching a podcast with the head coach of the LSU Tigers, Lane Kiffin, and he was talking about how the reason why he has a morning routine every single day is because when you get up and you take care of the most important, hardest thing you have to do first thing in the morning, it makes the rest of the day so much easier. Like, having a good day is about building momentum. And when you get up first thing in the morning, you scroll on your phone, you waste time, you don't do anything productive, you're building negative momentum. But when you get up in the morning, you read, you journal, you go get a nice workout in, you are building positive momentum. And that positive momentum will carry over into the rest of your day and make it so much better. So if you take one thing from this video, you don't know where to start, get that morning routine dialed in. Now, step number 3, okay, you have to execute daily, because the fact of the matter is that a game plan without action is worthless, right? Because you can say all you want about, oh, I want to improve myself, I want to get in better shape, I want to make more money, I want to be more successful. But if you're not actually taking the steps to get there, it's all a waste of fucking time. So you have to build the game plan, but then you have to focus on executing on it daily, right? Taking the actions that you have to take to get there. And when you're first starting self-improvement, right, the one piece of advice I'd give to my younger self is it's gonna be hard at first. Like, when you're trying to be more disciplined, there's gonna be moments where you slip up because you've been building up all these bad habits for years. You've been living this complacent life for a long time. So you can't expect to just immediately, boom, flip the switch and go from being terrible to perfect right away. It just doesn't work that way. What you have to do instead is just focus on getting a little bit better every day, right? If you wake up tomorrow morning and you take a few positive steps to get closer to where you want to be, that's great. That is better than fucking where you were at yesterday, where you weren't doing anything. And then over time, you get better, you get better, you get better, you get 1% better each day. And then you look back fucking 3 months from now of getting a little bit better each day, and you'll be a completely different man. But if you sit here and you fuck up, you skip your workout, you go back on your bad habits, and you say, oh, I'm just worthless and I'll never get to where I want to be, then you will stay stuck. But if you just say, yeah, I fucked up today, I screwed up, but hey, I'll learn from it, I'll get better, I won't make the same mistake tomorrow, now you're giving yourself a shot. Now you have a chance to get to where you want to be. Now, step number 4 is doing what I call turning pro. This is an idea I got from the author Steven Pressfield. Basically, what he talks about is how he spent the first half of his life just being an amateur, kind of like putting in effort, kind of hitting his goals, sometimes doing the action, sometimes not really doing the actions. And when you have amateur work ethic and you don't stick to a disciplined routine, you just kind of treat yourself like, oh yeah, I'm just going through the motions, then you're going to get amateur results. Like, you're going to stay average. What you have to do instead is you have to make a conscious decision to turn pro, to treat yourself like a professional. Like, Imagine it in the way that a professional athlete takes care of his body, takes care of his practices, does the work that he has to put in. Like, what made Michael Jordan so great? Was it just going through the motions? No, it's because he treated himself like a fucking pro. Everything he did was in alignment with his best self. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. Same thing with Tom Brady. Everything, their diet, their training, their habits were all aligned with becoming a champion. So you have to take your life seriously. Like, say that I'm not where I want to be right now, and that's a reflection of what I've been doing. That's a reflection of me not really putting in the work that I can put in. But if I flip that around, I start treating myself as a professional. I start showing up for myself as my best self every single day. Bro, you will be fucking shocked how much change you can make. Like, I guarantee you, you will come back to this video 6 months from now, and if you follow through on these steps, you'll be a completely different man, and you'll be so proud of yourself. And that is exactly what I wish for you. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do whatever you want, because you can become whatever type of person you want to be in this world. There is no limit to it. The only limit is yourself. So yeah, with that all being said, if you found this video helped you out and you're ready to get started on your journey, you want to start becoming that best version of yourself, you want to reinvent yourself, go book a free call with me in the description down below. It's something I help guys out with as a part of my coaching, and I'd love to help you out and get you started on your journey to becoming that best, most confident version of yourself. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you for the next video, bro.